super retro force.
Now it's the early 90s and you get to witness the fastest thing in gaming. I'm of course referring to Sonic the Hedgehog. This blue blur blazed across the screen with a speed and attitude that was impossible to ignore, and it was in this moment that you realise that Sonic was no ordinary video game character, and today he's not just Sega's mascot, he's an icon, a part of gaming culture that became a multi-generational phenomenon. So join me for part 3 of a series I've called For the Love of Sonic, and this particular video isn't just a history lesson, it's a love letter to the highs and lows of Sonic and what made him a legend in the world of gaming, and why he means so much to me, as well as many other fans all the way around the world. The 90s were a golden age for gaming, with Sega and Nintendo locked in an intense rivalry that left no room for compromise. When Sega realised that they needed a character who could go toe to toe with Mario, they weren't looking for just any other hero, they wanted an icon. And thus Sonic the Hedgehog was born. Sonic's look wasn't the only thing that set him apart, it was his attitude. He was designed to be impatient and edgy, tapping his foot and glaring at the screen at players who lingered for too long. Now, Sonic's gameplay was designed with a philosophy of flow and rhythm. Unlike many games though, which relied on careful, precise movements, Sonic's world was meant to be fast and intense. As you played, you learned to time jumps, dodge enemies and hit those speed boosts at the right moments. For players, especially those that grew up in the 90s, Sonic was that first game that made them feel truly alive, testing their reflexes to see whether or not they could class themselves as a true gamer. From the very beginning, Sonic's journey was defined by his rivalry with Dr. Robotnik. The Mad Doctor's schemes to transform animals into robotic minions represented an existential threat to Sonic's world. You could say that Sonic wasn't just running for fun, but he was on a mission to protect his world, the essence of a true hero.
You're goddamn right.
Though Sonic is often known as a solo hero, it's his friends that make up a huge impact of his legacy. So let's take a closer look at some of the greats. Starting off, we have Tails. He is Sonic's first friend, and more importantly, he's more than just a sidekick. In fact, he's a symbol of loyalty and ingenuity. And then there's Knuckles, the strong-willed echidna, who started as an enemy before becoming one of Sonic's most loyal allies. Following this, we have Amy Rose, who's often portrayed as just being Sonic's admirer, but believe me, there's more to her than meets the eye. So make sure you check out my video on this particular pink hedgehog. And finally there is Shadow the Hedgehog, one of the most complex characters in the franchise. Shadow has been both a rival and an ally to Sonic, and it's his character that resonates with fans who appreciated a darker, more introspective take on heroism. Neat. For fans, the music of Sonic is just as important as the gameplay, and believe me, there are some absolute classics. Each soundtrack captures the essence of Sonic's world. The fast-paced upbeat music keeps players' energy levels high, although Sonic's adventures haven't always been a straight line. But despite all this, his 3D leap in Sonic Adventure to the throwback success of Sonic Mania has proven that Sega has always tried to keep Sonic relevant, balancing nostalgia with innovation. But no moment tested this more than his transition to live action. The original 2020 movie trailer was initially met with skepticism, but luckily the fans were listened to, and when the final version came out, Sonic 2020 turned out to be a massive success, and when it came to the sequel, it raised the stakes even higher, introducing Tails and Knuckles and setting the stage for a Sonic cinematic universe. And with the new movie out at the time of this video, it's one adventure I can't wait to see. In the end, Sonic isn't just a character, he's a symbol of freedom, resilience and endless possibility. Sonic will always be more than just an icon on the screen, and he's shown his fans that it's okay to be a little bit different, and no matter what happens, just keep moving forward.
Oh yeah, It's all coming together.
Anyway, come back next time where I take a look at some of my classic festive stages. Thank you so much for watching and see you next game.